There are a number of different reasons why you may want to format your computer and install a clean copy of your operating system. The main reason is probably going to be because you have a virus on your computer. Maybe your computer is running slow, or maybe you're actually going to sell your laptop and you want to make sure that all of your documents and files are gone and erased before you give it to someone else. Regardless of what the reason is that you want to format your computer, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do that without any risk of actually something going wrong with your laptop. Now, a long time ago, the process of actually formatting your computer. Now, if you don't know what formatting actually means, is basically formatting a computer is wiping it. You're deleting everything. You're not just deleting your files, you're deleting your operating system and then you're reinstalling it. So an operating system is Windows, okay? So it's Windows 8, Windows Vista, it's Windows 7, Windows 8.1 or Windows 10. That's an operating system. Mac is another operating system. But sometimes you need to basically wipe it clean. So we're going to delete everything. That's going to completely uninstall, let's say, your computer, okay? And we're going to reinstall it. So that is going to completely wipe everything. And that's why it fixes problems. It fixes your virus, okay? It fixes whatever problem you have with your laptop. Because basically, you're getting a new laptop, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. Now, the reason I wanted to explain that was because I wanted to recommend that you, first of all, back up your computer, because if you don't back up your computer and you do this, then guess what? You're going to lose all your files. Now, if you don't care about your files, that's fine. But for those of you that do, this first part of the tutorial, I'm going to cover backing up your files. The second part, I'm going to show you how to actually format your laptop to actually make everything work. So first of all, before we get to that stage, I'm going to show you how to back up all your files. Now, just in case you need a bit more advice, or you can get portable hard drives, which are actually called external hard drive, but you can pretty much get them from any retail store near you. So if you're in the UK, you could get it from Amazon, Argos, Tesco's. If you're in America, you get it from Walmart or the equivalent. It really doesn't matter. Now, this is a great hard drive here. And the one thing that you'll have to take into consideration when it comes to hard drives is really the space that you require. And to be honest, that really depends on you. It depends on your computer. It depends on how many files you have to actually back up. Now, if you don't know, I'm going to give you a really good indication. All you need to do is go to your My Computer and look at your C drive. Now, here I can see I have used so far 471 gig of a total of basically 1 terabyte. So I know that I can back up my computer safely with 1 terabyte. Now, I still recommend nowadays you get a 2 terabyte hard drive, and that starts in the region of about £60. But to be honest, it's really good value, and in the long run, it can really be money well spent if something did go wrong. Okay, so let's actually get started with the tutorial and let's make our backups. Now, basically what I'm going to be doing in this tutorial is I'm going to be creating a single folder that contains everything that's nicely set up for us and we can easily understand. So I'm going to create a new folder just on my desktop, and I'm going to call this backup, and then I'm going to put the date I make the backup. So it's the 13th 06/2/15. Okay, so this is basically my master folder, which is going to contain all the backup folders I make. So within this folder, I'm going to create another folder. So this is a subfolder, and I'm going to call this my desktop. Okay, so I don't think I need to explain what I'm going to be putting into this folder, but before I do, I just want to come to my desktop. Now, you're going to notice that on your desktop you have a combination. You'll have files, folders, and probably some shortcuts. Now, shortcuts are basically these icons that you use to access software, such as your browser or any software that you have installed on your PC. Now, in case you don't know, you cannot back up software. Okay, you're going to need to make sure you have the installation disks or installation files, exe files, for you to reinstall once you have recovered your PC. So there'll be absolutely no point in making a backup of these shortcuts, because they will be absolutely useless if you ever did copy them onto a PC where that software is not installed. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate my files and my folders from my shortcuts and various other icons, because the only thing we want to back up is our files. So in this example here, I just have these two folders on my desktop. So I'm going to open up my backup folder here. This is my desktop folder, remember, and I'm going to copy these two folders into my desktop folder. So if I just come out of this, as you can see, if I go into my backups folder, my desktop folder, now I basically have all the files and folders in here that were on my desktop. So that's the first one that we've done. Now, there's only so many places that you can actually save files on your computer. So I'm going to show you all of those places, and I'm going to show you how to make backups of them. So the first thing, I'm just going to open up my files manager, and I'm going to move this over to this side, and then I'm going to open up my backups folder, and I'm going to move that over to this side. So this is my backups folder, and this is where I'm browsing my computer. So the next one I can see is my documents. So in my backups folder, I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this my documents. And I'm going to open up this folder, and then over here I'm going to actually come into my documents. So I happen to know that all these folders here basically don't contain anything important. The only file in here I want to back up is this one. This is my Word document. So I'm going to move this over to my backups, my documents folder. Okay, so that's the only file I have in my documents I care about. Obviously, you need to select all files from your documents and move them over to your backups folder. I've kept this very minimal, so it's very easy and self-explanatory for you to follow. The next thing, I'm just going to come back. I'm going to now back up is my downloads folder. So I'm going to create a new folder again. I'm just going to call this my downloads. And if I go into this folder, I'm going to then browse my downloads folder in here. I have this one file, so I'm going to drag that over. Again, you drag all of your files over. Let's come back. The next place we need to make sure we have backed up is our music. So I'm going to go to my music. Again, let's open this up. Let's come over to music, and I've got two songs, two MP3 files here. I'm going to drag them over, make sure I have them backed up. So I'm just going to drag them over, and again, now I can come back, and we're almost there. So now we just need to back up my pictures. Okay, I've got two files here, so I'm going to back them up. Let's come back, and finally let's just create our last folder, which is going to be my videos. Okay, now let's come over to my videos. I've got two files here, so so I'm just going to copy these two files. I'm going to drag them over. Okay, so I've backed up those two. All right, now in terms of places on your computer, that's about it. So what we've done now is I've basically backed up my files. Okay, so we've got one folder which we can actually copy over to our external drive, but we're not done. But before we continue, I'm going to open this up and just show you what we've done. So I've basically contained one backup folder which has clearly defined on it the date the backup was made. That's very, very important. Okay, we now can open this up and we can clearly see all the different locations where we have backed up. So this is my desktop, this is my documents, this is my downloads, my music, my pictures, and my videos. Okay, so I know everything, I know for a fact everything is backed up. Okay, so the next thing, and this is also very important, is are emails. Okay, so if you have an email client such as Microsoft Outlook installed on your computer, you're going to want to make sure you have backed up your files for certain. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to open up Microsoft Outlook. Alright, so I've opened up Microsoft Outlook, and what we want to do now is we want to back up all of our emails so that we can restore them at a later date. Now this is a very important step. Now of course it will depend, and the process will be different if you are using a different program. I'm going to be showing you this example in Microsoft Outlook. Now this is very simple. All we need to do is go to File and Import Export. When we do, what we want to select here is we want to export to a file and then click on Next. Once you do, it's going to allow you to select the type of file you want to create. We want to create a personal folder file, and in brackets it should say .pst. We can click on Next. It then allows us to select what folders we want to back up. I strongly recommend you just select our personal folders. That will basically take everything. And you can also tick this box to include subfolders. I'm not going to do that in this example, but it's completely up to you. I'm going to click on Next. Once I do that, it allows me to actually specify the location this file is going to be saved in. So I'm just going to go to Browse. I'm going to select Desktop. And you can give this a name now. So I'm just going to call this my email backup. And again, very important, make sure you put in the date, because when you're making backups, it's very important to know the date that you made this backup. So let's just put that in, say OK, and you can leave this as replace duplicates with items exported from the options menu. And then all you have to do is click on Finish. Okay, so I've now exported my emails successfully. This is the file I created. It's on my desktop. So now I'm going to open up my backups folder, and again I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call this email backup, and obviously within this folder I'm going to drag in this file, and that's all. So at this point, what we've now done is we've created this single folder which we can copy and paste this to our hard drive. So all you have to do is make your backup, and then once you have your backup, you simply connect your hard drive with your PC, open it up, and then simply right click, copy and paste this to your hard drive. Okay, so now that we have successfully made our backup and we've copied that to our hard drive, we don't need to worry about the computer in terms of the files on it anymore, because we have them backed up, and once we have installed a clean copy of Windows, we can just insert a hard drive, copy over our files, and restore everything, and we're back to running as normal. But what we now need to do is actually initiate the process of recovery. We need to reinstall Windows. Now, as I said previously, with Windows 8 and Windows 8.1 and Windows 10, the process is a whole lot easier than it used to be, because Windows kind of does it for you. So let me show you how that works, and then I'll explain it a little more. So the first thing you want to do, you're going to come over to Settings, and then down here you have this option here for Change PC Settings. It'll open up your PC settings window, and here you can just come and select Update and Recovery. Okay, so from this part you want to select Recovery, and this is where you're going to get these three options. Now the one you want to select to format and reinstall Windows is this. You want to remove everything and reinstall Windows. If you want to recycle your PC or restart completely, you can reset it to factory settings, which I think is a great explanation of what we're going to do. So basically you're going to get a new computer. There's not going to be anything on it. It's going to be completely wiped and then reinstalled. So it's basically a new computer. Now once you actually select Get Started, you'll initiate the process and Windows will take over from there. So it will basically reinstall Windows for you. What I recommend you do before you do this is actually make sure your computer is connected to a reliable power supply. You do not want your computer to shut down mid through the installation. Other than that, just make sure you leave your computer alone. Make sure no one's going to touch it. Just let it run through the process and reinstall for you. And then when it's back up and running, simply, as I said previously, connect up your hard drive and copy back over all your files from your hard drive to recover your laptop. And that's really it. So it's a very simple, as you can see, easy process. It's nothing like it used to be in the past. You used to have to do all these different things manually. Nowadays, the software is so advanced that it can just take over and do everything for you. As I said, this is just going to completely, I can't emphasize this enough, it's going to completely delete all your files, reinstall Windows. Make sure that's what you want to do. And if that is what you want to do, this is all you have to do. It's as easy as that. Simply it will recycle your PC back to its factory settings. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and thank you very much for watching. I'd just like to encourage you to visit our official community website, simpletut.com. This is where we post all of our tutorials, including that on web development, computing, and even photography, but much more. Some of our most popular tutorials include building a MySQL user registration system, but we also have PHP classes. I've shown you in videos how to develop your own responsive website layouts, content management systems. There's tutorials on social networking, e-commerce, and much more. But this is a fantastic learning resource, and it does not stop there. We also have a Ask a Question area on our website where you can post a question about this or any other tutorial, or perhaps even a project of your own. We also have a blog and a freebies section which you can use to access even more content. Now, before you go, I'd just like to encourage you to actually like our Facebook page, because this is a fantastic way for you to stay in contact with us. As we release new freebies, new tutorials, we will post them on our Facebook page, and you can even make suggestions for future tutorials all on our Facebook page. But before you go, I would just like to encourage you to check out one of our latest projects, cssmenucreator.com. Now, this is a fantastic resource for you. It cuts your development time and makes building websites even easier, because what it does is it writes the code for you when it comes to CSS menus. You can select from our growing range of pre-built CSS menus, use the built-in application to actually build your menu and create your different options for your menu, and then you can actually install that menu on your own website within Dreamweaver or whatever web application you're using to build your website. You just simply copy and paste the code into the website, and we have video tutorials show you how to do it on a step-by-step basis. I would just like to say that if you would like to make a contribution to our project, then we really would appreciate it. There is a donation button on simpletut.com which you can use to make a contribution to a project. This is also a great opportunity for me to tell you about our official website, siteeasy.com, and there'll be a link in the description of this video. This is where we sell a huge range of pre-built websites and scripts and offer custom web design services. Some of our pre-built websites include a pre-built social networking website, e-commerce, content management. These all include free installations, and we offer much more, such as property listings or file upload. So it's a great resource for anyone looking for a one-stop solution for your project. We also offer a number of pre-built PHP scripts, which is growing all the time. And these are applications which you can incorporate into your website, such as the pre-built user registration system, digital goods for PayPal, billing systems, comment systems, contact forms, and much more. And all of these scripts can be incorporated into your existing website. They're completely pre-built, and you can simply copy and paste them and upload them to your server immediately once you've downloaded them. If you do have any questions, would like to get in touch, perhaps have a custom job, web development project you'd like us to help you with, then please get in touch using any of our websites. We have contact forms on all of our websites. You can contact us via Facebook. Again, I'd also like to recommend that you like, comment and subscribe to us on YouTube. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. Have a great day.